these next two fights were the actual exciting fights on the card. Walt Harris versus Marcin Tybura, man. Walt Harris was maybe a punch or two away from getting that much-needed win, man. He was so close. Like, I felt so bad because I was like, man, Marcin Tybura, he said the game plan, let this dude punch himself out and then just go and finish him. And he said it was actually very easy. You know, he tried to console Walt Harris after because of the personal things that have happened in Walt Harris's life, which it's just terrible, man. It's terrible that, you know, you're fighting in your underwear and on national TV or whatever the case may be, man. And you just keep losing, keep losing, keep losing. In the heavyweight division, man, anything could happen. And that's, I mean, we saw Marcin Tybura, man. This dude, 5 wins in a row, man. He's now tied for the longest win streak in the heavyweight division with Cyril Gane, Francis Ngannou, and Derek Lewis, man. I told you if he gets the win, I'm not going to be happy. And if Walt Harris got the win, I still wouldn't be happy. But at the end of the day, man, Marcin Tybura, I'll talk about it in a second when we do matchmaking, but he said it himself. He's like, don't even mention me in the title picture right now. So I don't know why somebody says something like that. I don't know why when they give you your shot on the mic and they say, hey, man, who are you calling out? And this dude is like, nobody. I don't want to call anybody. And I'm just like, dude, that was your moment. Like, that's your shot. You got to take it. You know what I mean? This is a Marcin Tybura who, outside of hardcore fans, I feel like almost nobody knows about, right? So at the end of the day, man, let me ask you this before we talk about Tybura. Where does Walt Harris go from here, man? This might be the fight that gets him out of the UFC. You know what I mean? What do you think?
It definitely could be. It definitely could be. Besides the fact that he looked crisp, man, his striking looked good. Yeah, sure, he wore himself out, and I'm pretty sure they said on the broadcast that he's now training with Extreme Couture out in Vegas. So he looked good. He looked a lot better than I was expecting him to. And even when Tybura took him down, he had a nice escape from side mount, and then basically kind of just forgot what to do after that. He was able to get on all fours, and then Tybura put the hooks in, started beating him up. And to me, it just more so looked like Walt Harris, one, ran out of gas, and that meant that his brain also ran out of steam and just didn't remember exactly what came next after escaping from side mount and then going to all fours. But I just think, man, Walt Harris, I hope he doesn't get cut, first off. That would be absolutely horrible for him. 100%. He just, moved, relocated, going to do all the family stuff, blah, blah, blah. But I think he needs to cut down, man. Give up light heavyweight. See if you can cut down. Because he did, yes, he's absolutely huge. And I'm pretty sure he weighed in like 264. I could be wrong. But if he's there any way he could just lose the belly, slim down a little bit. He's fast. He's super fast. Or maybe just take a couple, maybe 3, 4, 5 months off and just strictly work that wrestling. Because that's all he needed. Just literally a little more fundamental on the ground, get away, and he would have had a really great fight. If he would have stood up after that and been able to put it to Marcin Tybura like he was at the beginning of the fight, it would have been the resurgence of Walt Harris, man. People would have been shouting his names from the rooftops, but that didn't happen. So, yeah. I don't know.
Well, like you said, man, it showed that when Tybura first tried to get a takedown attempt on Harris and Harris was able to avoid the takedown attempt, I mean, that showed growth in and of itself right there. Working at Extreme Couture, that's what the grappling is about, all about the wrestling over there. I mean, what did Ngannou do? He went over to Extreme Couture. All of a sudden, dude looked like a all-American wrestler, you know what I mean? But listen, man, we feel for Walt Harris, man, but listen, Marcin Tybura is the real deal, clearly, you know what I mean? Clearly. Longest win streak in the heavyweight division, tied for it, like I said, man, and that's something that's really hard to do with these big boys because all it takes is one punch. That's all it takes for you to get put to sleep, man. But at the end of the day, right now, I can't really see Tybura having success against the top 3, top 4 names in the division, man. Like, that looks like it's just a step a little too high, you know what I'm saying? But I will say this is an interesting little tidbit, you know what I mean? Marcin Tybura, out of his 14 career heavyweight fights, this was the first fight that he got a first-round finish ever. So it's like this dude, like I said, he's more or less a decision fighter, man. And to get the finish, he did it strategically. He did it smart. And it was good to see, man. You know what I mean? Tybura, listen, man, very, very underrated still, unceremonious, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, people just don't care about this dude, you know what I mean? But this dude is a monster for real, man.